All right, hello and welcome back to another wee bit different video. Today's video, I gotta say, it's an honor for me to make because we've been covering the NFL this entire past season, and this is the last one where we're gonna have our predictions. It is going to be Super Bowl predictions. Who do we think is going to win? How do we think it's gonna pan out? What's the score gonna be? You know, what's the game flow gonna be like? What's the Eagles' best chance at winning? What's the Chiefs' best chance at winning? And again, my opinion, non-biased as possible, I should say, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm praying on the Chiefs' downfall. Real quick, let's talk about both teams' best strong suits. Best strong suit for Kansas City, without question, is Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, what they bring to the table, which is just straight up experience. They've been in this spot countless of times where they're in a spot where they have to win, and they win, of course, and it's what they're good at. Also, a big strong suit of the Kansas City Chiefs is Steve Spagnuolo, and the way he calls his defense always gives opposing offenses a difficult time. The strong suit of the Eagles would definitely be Saquon Barkley. And then their defense. And then you can talk about the passing game threat, but without question, it's Saquon Barkley. Paired up with an offensive line that is really talented and elite, Saquon is having a hell of a season. 20 touchdowns thus far, including postseason, and it's just, it's a match made in heaven. And if we're talking about, again, the biggest strengths from both teams, on one side you have Saquon Barkley and the way he's carrying this team right now. And then you have good old Patrick Mahomes, the dude who just does it time and time and time again. Now, the keys for both sides to winning, the key to the Kansas City Chiefs winning will be, without question, managing the flow of the game. And what I mean by that is getting first downs on first downs on first downs. They don't need huge omega explosive plays. They just have to play within themselves. They have to control the game, not give Eagles these long, drawn-out possessions, because that's what the Eagles want. They want to run it down your throat. If you're the Chiefs, you want to be the one that just takes time off the clock, keep that Eagles defense on the field, and just tire them out, exhaust them. Give the ball to Kareem Hunt on those third and shorts. Give the ball to Travis Kelce on those third and fives. Give the ball to Xavier Worthy on those first and tens, where if it's a running around or if it's a screen or if it's somehow, some way, him or Hollywood have to be involved in those early passing downs. And that's the thing for the Chiefs that is really, it's going to come down to this. If they manage the game, if they keep that Eagles defense on the field, they're going to win this game. If you're the Chiefs defense, the best thing you can do is force the Eagles passing offense to be great. That's the best thing you can do, because we've seen it time and time again. The Eagles running game is always going to work. It's always going to work unless you force Jalen Hurts to throw the ball. And, you know, he is a really good passing quarterback when he needs to be, but to do it in the Super Bowl, to do it with all the pressure on him, if you're the Chiefs defense, you want to force the Eagles offense in terms of the passing game to be elite on that Sunday, because the running game, you don't want to test it. You don't want to mess around. Do not let Saquon get going if you're the Chiefs defense. Now, going back to the Eagles and their keys to winning this game. Without question, it's going to be give Saquon the ball, but also A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith needs to have huge games. It doesn't need to be 100-yard games for each of them, but it needs to be Devonta Smith. He needs to be, giving the Chiefs defense a very difficult time for them to leave him one-on-one when they're, for example, Steve Spagnuolo is sending a massive blitz. You have to be able to, if you're Devonta Smith, to be able to make those big plays one-on-one, because I promise you, A.J. Brown is going to be getting smothered as much as possible. Devonta Smith is definitely a huge X factor in this game if you really think about it, because A.J. Brown's going to get a lot of focus. And then, of course, the Philly run game is going to get all the focus. Devonta Smith is not going to be, getting smothered the way the other two things that I named will be. He's going to have to win his one-on-ones. He is going to have to make big catches. And if he does, it's going to be hard, and I mean very hard, for the Chiefs to, get the Eagles off of the field on those 3-and-outs. That's what it's going to come down to, especially for the Eagles, because you don't want the Chiefs to manage the game. What I said earlier for the Chiefs to win, the Eagles don't want that to happen for the Chiefs. They don't want them to allow the flow of the game. They want the Eagles themselves want it to go through them. So it's a battle of kind of those long possessions, those 7-8 minute drives. Both teams really want that. They don't need the 70-yard, touchdowns. I mean, don't get me wrong. Would you take a 70-yard rushing touchdown from Saquon to the house immediately? Of course you would. But just in terms of keeping your defense energized and ready to go, because I'm telling you right now, man, both of these defenses are going to really, really, really struggle if they're just kept on the field. In terms of turnovers, both of these teams are pretty smart. Obviously, things can swing heavily one way or another if there's key turnovers, but I don't see turnovers being a huge issue, at least right now. You just really have to focus on those 3 and outs if you're the defenses. Just get off the field, get off the field, get off the field, get off the field. Because there's going to be, drives where the defenses win. Both defenses from both teams are really, really special, including the offenses. So there's going to be, give and take. You're going to win some, we're going to win some, but let it be on our terms at the very least. Let it be on our terms where you're really having to work for it and we're having to make you work. So it's going to be a grueling match for both defenses if the offenses do their job and just kind of drag it out a little bit, right? Drag it out a bit. This isn't going to be a 35-35 kind of game where both teams are just dropping bombs. It's going to be methodical. It's going to be, steady. It's going to be a lot of, damn, we need these guys to get off the field. There's going to be a lot of, oh my God, please, 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 please stop Saquon Barkley. There's going to be a whole lot of, damn, this Patrick Mahomes just makes crazy plays. There's going to be all of it. This is not going to be a blowout. If you think that the Chiefs are going to get blown out, no. If you think the Eagles are going to get blown out, definitely not. This is going to be a close one. Definitely a close one. My biggest concern also as a fan is if you really think about it, the refs had a say in so many of these games that if they have a say in this one, man, I think I couldn't take it anymore. I just lose my mind. In terms of who I think will win, I'm going to go with the Eagles. And a bit of this is hopium. A bit of this is I just can't help but be cheering for the Chiefs' downfall. But the majority of this is I think the running game of the Eagles is just too dominant. I truly believe that the Chiefs are going to have a handful in trying to deal with it so much that they're going to be forcing Jalen to make these passes that he's going to be making to Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith, in my opinion, is going to have 75 yards receiving at least this game just because the Chiefs' game plan is going to be to stop Saquon. And it's really going to open things up for, you would think A.J. Brown, but A.J. Brown's going to be getting smothered. They're still going to try and shut him down. Who's that X factor? I think Devonta Smith again. You're looking at a damn near 100-yard game, if you ask me. Especially with the way the Chiefs are going to operate and try to shut down Saquon, and then, of course, try to not let A.J. Brown do his thing. X factor, Devonta Smith is going to have an opportunity to really be the Super Bowl MVP. I don't think he'll necessarily win it. I think, again, as long as the Eagles do what they do with Saquon, it should go to Saquon, but the big plays, the X factor plays, the winning plays, be ready to hear Devonta Smith's name. That's my prediction. I really think that it's just going to be too difficult for the Chiefs to manage all of that. It is going to be a close game. Now, if you ask me, if I said, okay, on Sunday, if you told me the Chiefs win, how they would do it is really simple. Again, the best chance the Chiefs have at winning is not by trying to make these crazy splash plays. It's by keeping the Eagles offense off the field and tiring out the Eagles defense. Because then at that point, the Kansas City Chiefs are so good at dictating games. They're very, very good at it. If you let them do it again this Sunday, it's over. If they win time of possession by, a 5+, 6+ minutes, I don't think the Eagles have a chance in hell. Time of possession is going to be key for the Chiefs if they win this game. That's how they're going to win this game if they do. But again, my prediction, I'm rocking with the Eagles. My final score, I'm going to say 27-24 in favor of the Eagles. I think this is going to be such a close match. It could go either way. The bookies have it 1.5 for the Chiefs. They have the over and under at 48.5. They have money line at -120 for the Chiefs. It's going to be close. I don't think you can really get away from that. You can't really think otherwise, in my opinion. If you think this game is going to be anywhere near a blowout, even if you think that there's going to be a 3-possession win or a 14-point win. It would have to be a pull away in the very end, because the way both of these teams play, it's very, very, very methodical from the Chiefs. And then with the Eagles, it is very much running the ball down your throat. A heavy dose of that. But I said what I said about Devontae, and I really think that's going to come to fruition. Obviously, time will tell. But that is my Super Bowl prediction. I gave you guys what I think the Eagles need to do to win. I gave you guys what the Chiefs need to do to win. I gave you guys bulletin board material for both. Let me know what you guys think. It's just a special time for football, just because the Chiefs shooting for a three-peat, the Eagles, Saquon Barkley being disrespected for so long, and to get this championship would mean the world to him. It would kill Giants fans. Sorry, Giants fans, that does suck. But to be honest with you, Giants fans, you don't have it the worst anymore. That goes to the Mavericks fans. I don't want to hear any fans complaining anymore. The Mavericks have it the worst. And they're winners of the worst franchise right now. You know, I know the Angels get shit on in terms of baseball because they had Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. Yes, that's a lot of mismanagement. But trading Luka, one of the worst decisions, probably the worst decision I've ever seen in sports history. So, sorry, Giants fans. Mavericks fans get a bitch the most. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. As always, I greatly appreciate you guys for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. It goes a long way to help with the channel. This will be the end of me covering football for a little bit, just because we're going into the offseason. I will still talk about some big free agency acquisitions. I will talk about the Ja'Marr Chase stuff. I will talk about, anything notable, of course. But my focus will now be going solely into the NBA. When the NBA does go into the offseason, I'm curious as to what I'll do, because football and NBA and offseason is going to be weird. Maybe I'll do baseball. I watch a lot of baseball, so I could cover baseball and just make it a 3 sports channel. I'm not entirely sure what I'll do yet. Again, if you have any thoughts, feel free to let me know. I'm always looking. This is Ollie Been Different. We've been different. And we out.